Jamie Gassman with R3 Continuum here at the EAPA conference in St. Louis, Missouri. And with me today we have
Dr. Jodi Jacobson Frey,
Maggie Mortali,
and Sally Spencer-Thomas.
So the three of you are presenting at this year's conference, and you're speaking on suicide in the workplace. So talk to me about why this is important right now.
Sure. So suicide is the 10th leading cause of death in the United States. Over 47,000 Americans took their lives in the year 2017. And it's really a public health issue, and there's a role that we can all play in preventing suicide. And workplaces are really critical in those efforts. And this, particularly within our working age population, we've seen an increase, a 34% increase in suicide rates since 2000. And so there's really, the time is now for workplaces to be part of this effort and really create a culture of well-being and respect that goes just beyond mental health, promotion, and awareness, and really is focused on suicide prevention as workplace safety.
Wonderful. And so I understand from talking with you guys earlier that there are some guidelines that are coming out. So talk to me a little bit about what those are.
Yeah, sure. So we're very excited. It's a partnership between the American Association of Suicidology, the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, and United Suicide Survivors International. For the past 3 years, we've been working collaboratively with upwards of a couple hundred stakeholders to get input on what was needed and how we could best disseminate and implement these guidelines. And we're looking at what we call upstream, midstream, and downstream approaches that are suicide specific. So how do we increase suicide prevention literacy? How do we promote the elimination of job strain? These kinds of variables. How do we help with screening so we can help identify people in distress earlier before it becomes catastrophic? How do we provide a stratified training program? And then should a suicide occur in a workplace, how does a workplace respond with compassion and dignity to honor the life that was lived without shying away from the tragedy of the suicide and making sure the employees are taken care of? It's all organized around 8 guiding principles and 9 practices, so it's really hands-on. And we're hoping that communities are really going to be able to implement this and make some massive changes, especially in some industries that we are seeing that have really high rates.
And so we're here at the EAPA conference, so talk to me about how does this impact EAPs?
So as Sally mentioned, the research that went into developing the guidelines, we incorporated many EAP leaders as well as HR and other workforce leaders. So we actually see EAPs taking a lead role in helping work organizations lead and be a critical part of reducing suicide throughout the country. One of the things that we'll be working with EAPs is to go to www.workplacesuicideprevention.com to actually take a pledge and work with their customers and work organizations to pledge to reduce suicide throughout the country. So EAPs along with workplaces are a critical part of this, and we see a real leadership role for EAPs and for EAPA.
Wonderful. It's a great topic and a timely topic, obviously listening to some of the stats that you provided. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.